Many game publishers are notably being generous during the current pandemic, so here are 5 free PC games to download during coronavirus. You would be forgiven for thinking that gaming companies would just throw some silly games that no one plays out there for free. But no, many of the video game industry's largest companies, including Epic Games and Ubisoft, are handing out AAA titles for free. Even better is that once downloaded, as long as you keep an active account, you can keep these games forever apart from a demo or open beta versions. Plus, unlike PlayStation Network and Xbox Live, these accounts are free to open and do not require a subscription. There are currently 3 free games available on the Epic Games Store. Watchdogs, the Stanley Parabel, Unreal Tournament 2014, plus there are 2 other titles available. Child of Light, Predator Hunting Grounds Free Weekend. These games are separate from the list for reasons that will become clear as you read on. As you can see, there is an excellent mix of games here and something for pretty much everyone of the appropriate age. These games will require a sign-up as they require the Epic Games Launcher client to access. However, once that is out of the way, it doesn't need to be done again. All but one of these games can be accessed for free via Epic Games Store. Sign-up is free and requires no subscription. Child of Light requires sign-up with U-Play, Ubisoft's own game client. Epic Games are very generous with their game giveaways, which updates every Thursday. While not all the free games are AAA titles, there have been some excellent free games available. Last Batman Day saw Epic Games Store give away, not 1, not 2 but 3 free Batman games from the Arkham series, including the epic Arkham Knight. Other great free games in the past months have included Alan Wake's American Nightmare, Layers of Fear and Assassin's Creed Syndicate. As of last week though, Watchdogs and the Stanley Parabel have been made available for free download. Watchdogs are a modern masterpiece and great new IP. Developed by Ubisoft Montreal and published by Ubisoft, Watchdogs was an instant hit when it launched in 2014. Great sales spanning last generation and current generation consoles as well as PC placed Watchdogs firmly on Ubisoft's developmental IP list. A third-person, action and adventure title, Watchdogs was a real contender to GTA and offered something a little more cerebral. Set in Chicago, the game plays out like a typical open-world action title, yet the ambition and scope of the game offer something a little different. While the city can be traversed by vehicles, what makes it very interesting is going on foot and accessing sensitive systems for information. With the main character, Aiden Pierce, being a hacker, he can use apps on his smartphone to directly affect many of the game world's intricate electronic systems. As such, the smartphone helps with mission objectives, combat and items. For example, Pierce's phone can be used to change traffic lights while he is being pursued or bug an ATM to obtain some cash. The game was received well across the board by most gaming outlets, with GameSpot and IGN scoring 8 and 8.4 out of 10 respectively. If you haven't played Watchdogs, then you have missed a truly innovative title that you must get now. To download Watchdogs for free right now, simply log in to or create a free Epic Games Store account and search for the game. You can add it to your library for free right now to keep forever. Note that this offer ends at 3 p.m. on the 26th of March 2020 and also requires a free U-Play sign-up. The Stanley Parabel Actions and Consequences. Originally developed as a free mod for Half-Life 2, the Stanley Parabel was picked up and remade as a standalone project. This title was one of the first of the now popular interactive drama genre. The game has no combat to speak of and focuses on exploration in order to further the story and enlighten the player as to what is happening. Centered around Stanley, an office worker who suddenly notices that the office is empty, the game tasks the player with figuring out what has happened. Presented by a narrator who tries to guide the player down a particular path, it is up to the player to choose to obey the narrator or not, opening other possibilities in the game and as such shifting the narrative. The Stanley Parabel was lauded by gaming journalists and critics for being a truly thought-provoking experience with causality as its primary focus. GameSpot and IGN scored the title 9 and 8.8 out of 10 respectively. Not bad for a student-made mod. To get the Stanley Parabel for free right now, simply log into or create a free Epic Games Store account and search for the game. You can add it to your library for free right now to keep forever. Note that this offer ends at 3 p.m. on the 26th of March 2020. Unreal Tournament: The Legend returns. Unreal Tournament is a first-person classic and was the first genuine online multiplayer shooter. In 2014 it was announced that a new version was in development using Unreal Engine 4 but was subsequently cancelled. However, the game has continued to be in development by talented volunteers who are pouring a lot of passion into the project. Epic Games still owns Unreal Tournament and as such will retain rights. However, the development of the game remains open source and all of the code is available online. Owing to the unusual development model of this installment, Unreal Tournament is completely free and contains no microtransactions to speak of. As such, there are plans to integrate an open mod community where any proceeds will be split between Epic Games and content creators. This is a strange plan for such a large title, however, it appears that Epic Games just aren't interested in developing Unreal right now. This is probably due to their new massive game, Fortnite, which takes a lot of their time and focus. That being said, the open-source Unreal Tournament is quite astounding considering it is being made by programmers and artists in their spare time. Unreal Tournament is available now for free via Epic Games Store. To get Unreal Tournament for free right now, simply log into or create a free Epic Games Store account and search for the game. You can add it to your library for free right now to keep forever. This is available now and currently has no download date limitation. Child of Light: Lemuria Needs You. Another Ubisoft Montreal production, Child of Light is an epic fantasy praised for stunning visual presentation and intriguing story. Presented as a side-scrolling platformer with RPG elements, Child of Light was a surprise hit in 2014. Playing as multiple characters in a Final Fantasy-style system, you can control up to 2 characters when engaged in combat. The combat is heavily RPG-inspired and allows for character swapping in order to defeat up to 3 enemies in a fight. The story is set in a fantasy world named Lemuria, in which the Queen of Light has vanished, giving rise to the Queen of the Night. Known as Umbra, the Queen of the Night has stolen the sun, moon and stars, plunging Lemuria into an eternal darkness. It is up to Aurora and friends to rid the land of Umbra and restore light to the world. Child of Light performed well upon release and scored 8 and 9.3 out of 10 from GameSpot and IGN respectively. This game is available for free right now via U-Play and this offer expires on the 28th of March 2020. Predator: Hunting Grounds: Welcome to the Jungle. Predator: Hunting Grounds looks like an exciting game indeed and one of those rare gems that might make good use of a movie license. Games based on movies, especially past Alien and Predator games, have been vapid, to say the least. However, this new Predator-based title might just change all that. Hunting Grounds is an asynchronous online multiplayer game that sees one team as mercenaries and one player as the Predator. The mercenaries must work as a team to track and ultimately take down the slippery warrior, while a random player gets to play as the killing machine with all the toys and gadgets. Such toys include the infamous cloaking technology as well as head-exploding, shoulder-mounted weaponry as you jump through the trees. Since this game is still in development, not much can be said about the gameplay. However, this weekend you can find out for yourself. Predator: Hunting Grounds will be available for a free trial starting this Friday and all through the weekend. To access this awesome-looking game, simply log into or create a free Epic Games Store account and search for the game on Friday. Note that this will not be available to keep and will need to be purchased in the future. Predator: Hunting Grounds will also be available for PS4 gamers this weekend via PlayStation Store. We will all need something to do during this virus pandemic, and gaming is one of the best things to keep you occupied. Don't miss out on these excellent games, which are all available for a limited time via Epic Games Store and Uplay.